What's up, boys? It's your man back for another figure review after so long. I'm making my grand return. It's almost like I've done this a million other times. But leaving that in the past, today we have the new Five Nights at Freddy's wave, actually one of the new figures. And this is actually a custom of Grimm Foxy, which I think this may be the best figure in the wave. But as you'll soon see, there is not a lot of good in this wave. So we'll put him down quick, move him off to the side to get a look at the box. Bring it in. This is what I have to show off the box. I don't have the box this Foxy came in, but I do have this. So I actually really do like this box. I like the back piece a lot. The graveyard with the pumpkins carved to kind of look like FNAF characters, which I really like. I think that's a nice touch for the Halloween aesthetic. And I think these came out more November than October, but the heart is what I care about. So moving on to the back here, this is where it goes downhill. It's like I was saying, this wave is just poop. I don't think any, like, stock out of the box, all these figures look awful. I had the whole wave in front of me at the store, and I barely even got myself to buy this one. They look so bad. And I'm really disappointed with that, because there's figures we really needed. Like, we needed a Jacko Bonnie. The Grimm Foxy, the sculpting is great. And then with the Dread Bear, it's like such a iconic design that if you've seen the figure, it looks so bad. I don't even know what they were thinking. And what I'm thinking is that this wave, this is the kind of wave where if you want to put some heart into it, you want to give this figure some love, it'll turn out great. Because they need the paint. They don't really have, I don't know if they have any paint at all on these figures right now, which is a nice smooth way to get to the paint and sculpt. So we bring this man in. There is no paint at all on this head when you first get it. Well, there's obviously the yellow in the eye, but this head is completely translucent, and I do not like that. The head, the torso, and even the crotch over here, for some reason, they made it completely translucent to give it that on-fire effect. But the way they did it, where they didn't put any paint on the rips, there was no covered up holes or anything, it was all just straight see-through, it ruined it. It made the illusion look not like an illusion, but like poop. I don't know, I couldn't think of anything smooth to say. But if you're willing to put the paint in, the sculpt is tremendous enough where it looks amazing. There's so many like little details. Like, this head is all new sculpt, and it looks really good. The ears look great. This, I don't know if it's paint on the ears or the silver. Thinking about it, the silver actually might be what made the rest of the wave have no paint whatsoever, and this guy doesn't have any other paint besides the silver, but it looks really good. The little bit they did looks really good. Now, for sculpt and everything, a lot of it is new to the point where it's worth picking up the figure, even if you're just a FNAF fan. Like, all these, the hands are new, this torso is all new, the head is new, the legs are reuse, but they're in this new silver. So if you wanted to, I don't know if this Foxy had super shiny legs originally, but now if you want to, you can just smack these ones on him. The articulation isn't new at all, but if you like the paint better, it's good to smack it on this iconic Nightmare Foxy. So coming back in here, taking a look at the light piping, I think it's called. I don't really understand why they did so much on him. Like, I could understand, you know, the head and then maybe the torso, but extending it down to here, it just doesn't look right. It gives the figure like a, I don't know, like a not uniform look. Like, if I stand him up, you can tell the torso and head just don't look like they fit with the legs and arms. And I'm not a fan of that at all. I like my figures to look all the same, which is a problem with a couple of them where they just, like, the skin tones don't match, or the legs will look different than the torso. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but in this case, it's dealable. Because when you put the paint on it, and if you give it that light black wash, it makes it look a little better, a little bit better. It's still super obvious. Especially, like, if I were to take this light and shine it through him, it looks pretty decent. It's a decent effect, but in person, like, on the camera, it doesn't look too bad, but in person, it looks pretty terrible. So, moving on now to more sculpt aspects we could look into. This hand is brand new sculpting on this hand. It is a more gripping, like, it's more gripping than the usual just generic flat hand. And I actually do like that. I feel like these FNAF figures, it's almost like they forget their figures. Like, we don't get pieces to make a display or something. They just kind of release them and they're like, just take it. And that's why I really like this hand, because now it's more on the posing side. He's got that, you know, he's reaching for you look. You can get in more of a dynamic pose, and the hand helps that out a lot, just to give it a little more dynamicism, if that's the right word. Which I appreciate a lot, but I do not appreciate the no paint. So now, moving on to articulation. This guy, he has, I don't know if the articulation is updated the most. Like, it kind of looks like, if you pop off the leg here, it almost looks like it's the double ball joint setup, but trying to move it, there's no movement at all from it. So I'm not sure if maybe they just took the old sculpt and smacked the new ball joints on it, or if they just didn't change anything at all, and that's how that looked. So, getting into articulation here. At the head, he looks up pretty decently far. Looks down, not too bad. Chin gets in the way a little bit. The usual double ball joint, you get your all nice articulation. And the ears are actually a little bit softer so that they don't break off. I'd say be very careful with them anyway, but they're not the most worried. The same thing with these little shoulder spikes. I don't know. They also are a little bit flexible, so you don't have to worry about them. Nothing will break on this guy. These toys are almost, well, yeah, sadly they're toys. They're almost made for children so that they don't break. I feel like that's something that they've improved upon a lot based on the first wave. But moving on to the next thing here. At the shoulder, goes up very far, very nicely. Now, the FNAF 2, or I was going to say FNAF 2, Wave 2 did have articulation like this, but it's only because of the sculpt. Like, they're not the usual where they're so thick and fat that you can't get the movement. So this is the usual articulation for these waves, but it has the better, I guess, joints. They're a lot more stiff. So at the arm here, you get your usual bend. It works very nicely, and if you even line up the tears on his arm, you get a little bit more range, which I think if you put the effort in, these figures do pose pretty decently. It takes a lot of fidgeting, a lot of messing around, a lot of popping the arms and legs off, but after a while, they look pretty nice posed up on the shelf. At the hand here, usual rotation. I've never rotated this, but it feels very flimsy. I'd say be very careful with the hand. It almost, I don't know, it almost feels like there's supposed to be more articulation, but I am not willing to push it. Moving to the torso here, all we get, there actually is no swivel. All right, that's surprising. Usually the middle of our figures with this kind of look, with the spine coming through the middle, they usually have a rotation. There's slight movement, but I don't know if I want to push it. So he might not have middle rotation. I don't know. That doesn't really help much, but I guess it would just be a bonus articulation. So coming down to the legs here, they kick forward. If you angle it right, that far, they go back. Not too bad. Good enough for a running or walking pose. And then at the knee here, we got your usual single joint with the ball. But this one works really well because of all the clearance you get. You got no problem with it. And sadly, that is all we get. Even to this day, with Foxy's ankles, which I feel like would be super easy, just smack a hinge right there, they still have not done any sort of ankle articulation. But, of course, the FNAF figure's feet are so big, it really does not matter. You can stand them up quite easily, and they look pretty decent while you do so. Now, for accessories, he doesn't have any. There is no Build-A-Figure in this wave. He doesn't come with like a pumpkin or something like Jacko Chica did. And I'm pretty sure none of them have any accessories, unless Glitch Trap comes with something, but I don't think any of them have accessories. And there is no Build-A-Figure piece either, which I feel with the new FNAF waves, taking away the Build-A-Figure really takes away the quality and the push to buy all of them anyway. Because it's not like FNAF 2 wave, where I'll get all my Sick Nightmare ones, and then I'll have to get the crappy Foxy just to fill out the wave to get the Nightmare on. They don't do that anymore. And I feel like they're not pumping out good enough figures to drop that. Like, the Build-A-Figure is what made these figures worth it. You buy your, well, let me see, what wave we comparing here? You could buy your Pizzeria Simulator wave. Who wants an Orville figure? Who wants a Pig Patch figure? Nobody. Maybe a few weirdos. But what people are really looking for is the Scrap Baby. And I feel like the figures are losing that draw of, I'll grab my couple of poop ones, and then I'll get my great Build-A-Figure. They don't really have that anymore, and I feel like that's a reason I've personally stopped buying a lot of these figures, is there's no real reason to, because you buy them, and this is what you get. This is what you get. And you don't even get, like, I don't buy this, and then I get, I don't even know. I can't think of nothing. I don't know what, I've never actually played Curse of Dreadbear. I've seen a couple of playthroughs, it looks really good, but I don't have a VR, so I can't experience it. Now, I guess we'll move on to some comparisons over here. I'll stop blabbering my flabby mouth, and we'll get some comparisons going for you dogs out there. So, of course, well, I actually got a lot more room to bring it forward now. So, for just a couple of light comparisons, we'll bring the Foxy boys. And I think this shows like almost a before and after of the quality of the figures now. Now, remember, this I think is custom, so it's not the best showing because, actually, I got an even better idea. Move this guy out the way. This figure, I never touched this figure with paint at all. And these are two exclusives as well. This was a GameStop. This is Walmart. This was Wave 2. I don't know what wave we're on right now. But I feel like you can even just see the dip in quality. Because this and this, they're not on the same tier at all. And that's really all I have to say. I don't want to keep blabbering on too long. And I'd like to actually upload this video today. So I'll stop talking. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I have to say it, I would kind of recommend this wave because this figure, especially this Foxy, he has great sculpt. The paint is good in the couple of places he has it, but other than that, it's really your choice. If you like, you know, if you're a big Dreadbear fan, you might want to pick up the figures, and I think if you do, this is the perfect wave to start trying customizing. If you want to just put that nice light coat of black paint over them, it'll be a crazy big difference. And the great part about customizing FNAF figures is the animatronics are meant to look disgusting. So if you make a big mistake, you can't even really tell. It just looks like, yo, Foxy tripped or something. You got a scratch on him. And I think that could be a very big plus for this wave. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try and upload at least every now and then now. I don't want to leave it hanging for months. I feel like that kills the channel and it makes people not want to watch the videos anymore. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. The next review, I've got 1,000 things lined up. I've got SHF I still got to review. Got some Marvel Legends, some NECA figures. You know what? You guys tell me. What do you want to see? I could go back out and get the rest of this wave, and I could review it. Or, I'll just do some... I got a ton of Ninja Turtles stuff to do. I got some Marvel figures. Got, like, Magneto, Red Skull, all those kind of things. Got a couple of SHF I still got to do. And that's that. That's it, and that's that. I'll see you guys next time. Whatever you want, flap it down in the comments. I always read them if you put them. I love reading the comments. Shout out, someone commented on the Bardock review. Shout out to that guy. Amazing. I was going to comment back. Totally forgot. But thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Said that 4 times. See ya.